The suspects in the Soweto gang rape video arrive at court, and the latest from Syria. Good morning. A small group of protesters has arrived outside the Roodepoort Magistrates Court on Gauteng's West Rand, where the case involving the gang rape of a Soweto teenager is being heard. 8 suspects who were arrested by police following video footage of the incident will make their first appearance in court this morning. Melanie Moses is at the court.
A group of around 30 protesters from the ANC Women's League are dancing and singing songs about women's empowerment. One of them is holding a placard saying, "Done with rapists." The 7 suspects have just arrived through the back entrance. There are dozens of journalists outside the court, and the usually quiet street is packed with cars and curious onlookers. It's understood the case docket is still in the hands of police, which may result in a slight delay to today's case. The 7 suspects will be charged with rape, while the 8th suspect arrested yesterday is facing charges of rape and abduction. Melanie Moses, SABC News, Roodepoort Magistrates Court.
The defense in the Eugene Terreblanche murder trial says the right-wing leader's murder was a tragedy waiting to happen. Defense advocate Norman Arendse, who represents the teenage accused, is presenting closing arguments in the Circuit High Court in Ventersdorp in the northwest. Chris Mahlangu and the teenager, both farm workers, pleaded not guilty to charges ranging from murder to aggravated robbery. Terreblanche was found bludgeoned to death on his farm in April 2010. Candice Klein has the details.
Eugene Terreblanche was the leader of a paramilitary white supremacist organization. He served time for the brutal assault of a petrol attendant. And in 1993, at the dawn of democracy, Terreblanche and his militia tried to storm the World Trade Center where critical negotiations were taking place. His autobiography is replete with his racist ideology. Arendse says farm workers are generally exploited, underpaid, and made to live in squalor. He says the teenager left school at the age of 12 to work on the farms. He pointed out that Terreblanche had plied his workers with alcohol. Arendse says the self-defense explanation offered by Mahlangu is supported by the evidence. Candice Klein, SABC News, Ventersdorp.
Public Protector Thuli Madonsela says there's a need for an integrated strategy to look into matters concerning service delivery. This follows her visit to the financially crippled town of Wesselbron in the Nala municipality in the Free State. The cash-strapped Nala municipality, serving Bothaville and Wesselbron, has not been generating revenue for the past 20 months because it had installed a 6 million rand billing system that doesn't work. Madonsela says she's shocked by what she saw.
Especially the bucket system, and the grandmother that we visited told us that the buckets were not picked for days on end. 5 members of her family had TB. So it was the stories that the people gave us that were deeply worrying.
Madonsela was in the area yesterday for an inspection after allegations of poor service delivery, maladministration and corruption by residents. A construction worker has died after falling from a 2-story building at Westville, west of Durban. Netcare 911 spokesperson Chris Botha.
A worker at a construction site that fell about 2 stories. Still unknown exactly why he fell, but when we arrived there, he was in a very critical condition. Paramedics worked on him and tried to resuscitate him for quite a considerable amount of time. But he tragically died there on scene due to the very extensive injuries that he had sustained.
Recapping the top story, a small group of protesters has arrived outside the Roodepoort Magistrates Court on Gauteng's West Rand, where the case involving the gang rape of a Soweto teenager is being heard. SAfm News, I'm Vabakshni Chetty. Headlines with Asanda Matsawanyane at 10:30.